Jason Lee Podcast.
All right, we're back with an all-new show of the Jason Lee Podcast. Are we clapping? Welcome back. And what an eventful week it's been. I have to tell you that my Jelly Belly container is indicative of how my nerves are. A mess. I am sick and tired of this internet that you blame Beyonce for owning, because at this point, the entire world has lost its mind. I went to Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and I said that they need to discontinue the internet for the next 10 days. I want 2023 to be over already. At this point, we've already said that Diddy is canceled. The internet has canceled Diddy because of the lawsuit with Cassie and all of the other allegations that have come out since then. But it just makes you wonder how much of all this stuff is true when we don't know of any evidence. And the problem with social media nowadays is that once one person says something and another person, by the time it's gotten to 10 or 4 iterations of whatever the first person said, everybody in the court of public opinion has said that the person is guilty. Now, I'm not saying this because I'm defending Diddy, because I'm not. I don't work for Diddy. I'm not on Revolt. My show's not over there. I don't talk to Diddy. But I am watching a black icon and his whole legacy be destroyed. And some people could say this is karma because of years and years of people saying he's an evil person. I've even heard one person refer to him as the devil. But now I wake up in the morning last week, and you guys are now saying that T.D. Jakes, the bishop who's preached to millions of people, is a power bottom. It is not funny. It's not funny. It's actually really sad. And I'm going to tell you why. You guys drug me for complete filth for saying that Jennifer Hudson is illiterate when you know that she couldn't win a spelling bee if her life depended on it. Yet you turn around and you allow the world to drag T.D. Jakes, a bishop ordained by God, anointed by the Spirit, into the depths of hell, bent over a couch being slid in by Tyler Perry or Diddy or whatever other man that you want to make gay this week. The internet is a reckless playground. I'm telling you, be very careful how you play on the internet, because while you just tweet them 140 characters, know that people are watching and you're hurting people's lives. I'm not, again, I don't have any stake in the game. T.D. Jakes has never touched me, preyed on me, or anything like that. I have met him, and I did meet him at Diddy's house. So what? But if you've come to any of my events, you've seen my therapist at my events, you've seen my family at my events. It doesn't mean that you're having sex with somebody because you're at their parties. And pastors in the world of entertainment in LA and culture show up at cookouts, at events, at parties, especially when you're helping somebody go through the darkest times of their lives. I don't know why this rant is happening. Maybe because I just am overwhelmed with the internet. I feel like there's so much happening on the internet right now that was once full, like my spirit, is now scarcely empty and struggling to survive. This is what my feelings are with the internet. Are you looking at this good old internet? And what are your thoughts?
I love it. I live for it.
Do you?
I love it because it makes me look at my life like, oh, wait, I do live a normal life compared to these people who, got money and power, and they still got their own little...
Yeah, but it's just because it hasn't happened to you yet. Imagine you're with your man and all of a sudden everything in your world comes crashing down because somebody said something that may or may not be true.
Oh, yeah. The cancel stuff is crazy.
I think that people who are not celebrities or not in the public eye, you have a privilege that you don't understand. I will say I'm not famous like the people that we talk about here, but I'm known and people know me and I'm all over the internet and I am a public figure. And I've had people try me, and I will tell you the difference between me and these other people is that we haven't heard from Diddy. We haven't heard from T.D. Jakes. He's probably preying on somebody, not the way that you're thinking. And you all are saying that he's bent over taking a chalupa up the ass. I couldn't think of anything else. I just think at this point, the internet has gone crazy. And I really want to say this. As much as I enjoy giving you my opinion on things, I have to tell you, as somebody who looks at all aspects of the culture, from the stuff that's entertaining and key and the stuff that's actually really impactful, and there can be room for both, we are in a really crazy time right now. And people are losing everything for entertainment. And, you can say Hollywood Unlocked is part of the problem because we try to track it all, but we're only tracking it all to keep a thread between everything that's happening. This allegation pops up like today. we're going to get into all the different things that happen online. But one of the topics not even being talked about is Method Man even. Somebody even came from Method Man. Somebody who's non-problematic, who's been minding his business, who's been a good husband, who's been a great example for how the hip-hop culture can continue to thrive and his health and fitness and everything. He's now being accused of something that happened 30 years ago. Really? I don't know. But mark my words on this podcast. This all, in terms of social media and the impact it's having on culture and society, it's not going to end well. It's not going to end well. And for your businesses, God bless all of you who build businesses only to have them destroyed by people who wake up one day and want to say something. I have an immense amount of respect for the church. I have an immense amount of respect for this black man and his family and what he's done. And it is an embarrassment to my culture that people are playing with this man. This man preaches to millions of people. He's changed lives. He's inspired people. And what I don't want to do is provide a space to be a part of the circus. It's just not right. And there's going to be bigger implications. There's going to be spiritual implications, and there's going to be character implications in the future, because people are saying that this man who's married, whether his son is gay, try to have sex with somebody for money, whatever, that doesn't mean that this ordained minister, this pastor, this bishop, this guy who's important to a lot of people is somehow in elusive acts of sex with men. I just think that that's just wild. And I don't think people are, because I think it's so entertaining because we live in a Zeus Network world for this to be a popular thing to do. And I can't be a part of that. I went to Twitter and said very clearly what I felt about this. And I wanted to be very clear. In this show, yes, we're going to have fun. But, my name is on this show. Not her name, not Rob's name, my name. And there are things that I'm more than willing to have a good time and kiki about. But one thing I don't play around with is the church. One thing I don't play around with is pastors. What I don't play around with is making fun of and allowing the gay community and our gay lifestyles to just be thrown on people for jokes and laughs. And I feel like if that's the case, then there's so many women that have been abused, or women not having the right to abortions, or women, there's so many things that people can be attacked for that are hurtful. And I think to use sexuality as a weapon against a pastor who was minding his business is just insane to me. And I don't know about you, but I am exhausted with this internet. And I'm at a place where I just want the new year to come in and hopefully pray new energy. I also like to say that it is Mercury retrograde. And so that could be another reason to blame for the foolishness. All right, let's just get right into it because there's a lot going on. It's the Tea with Jason Lynn. All right, up next, which I'm really excited about because I can talk about her for days. Baby mama, wifey Rihanna. This was a picture from her event the other day. Let me show some B-roll while I talk over it. This was us at the Fenty launch for her Puma shoe, which, she had this amazing creeper sneaker event with lots of different colors. By the way, I'm getting every pair of them mailed to me. This was the color that I eventually took my shoes off and put on. That's us in cuter moments. That was me putting on the shoes. But look, at this event, she was on the red carpet doing interviews, and people were asking her about her new release and the growing family. Now, she was there with her man, Rocky. As you know, Rocky and her are the sexiest. I think I told them there at the event that they were the sexiest couple ever. And I always tell them that because they really are. Well, they have two sons. One is RZA and the other is Riot. Well, Rihanna and Rocky, which all of their names starts with R. Anyway. They were there at the event. Now, let me show you a photo of Rihanna and the family. This is the family. This is them and their babies. So stylish and so cute. Well, anyway, speaking with Access Hollywood, Rihanna had this to say about her family, her life, and her boys. Listen.
Did you ever imagine when you pictured your family that, like, this is what it would be like? Did you had to have some idea?
No, you don't have an idea. You just hope. I hope that I can have kids one day, and I hope I can have them in love, and I hope that I can be a part of a family that, breaks generational curses and just like moves forward and does new things and raises our kids better than we've been raised, and all the beautiful things, and it's happening, and I can't believe it. The only thing I imagined was probably the forehead on RZA. I mean, Riot doesn't have it. I'm like, wait, are you sure?
my baby forehead right there.
Right? You can't lose this thing.
I'm gonna let you go on this. I asked you the last time I saw you, what was the thing that surprised you most about motherhood? Now I'm gonna ask you, what's the thing that surprised you most about seeing your best friend? What's the thing that surprised you most about seeing your best friend?
Ooh, I loved him differently as a dad. This is major, like, it's a turn on. It's just like, wow, what a leader, what a great, patient, loving, and my kids are obsessed with him. I'm just a background, like I'm an extra. What? Yep, it happens. Do you have kids?
Not yet.
Okay, so prepare.
This girl is perfect. I don't know what else to tell you. The way she talks to him is the way she talks to everybody. She talks to you very like she knows you, you know? After speaking to him about the family, she also spoke to my friend Justin over at E! News, and she hinted about maybe being ready for a third baby. Listen.
One thing you can't do.
So far, have daughters.
You can't do it.
I mean, so far. I'm batting at a 75% for a boy next time, so we'll just like keep our fingers.
First of all, I know how much Justin loves her because we've talked about her offline, so it's so good to see them together. I've yet to interview Rihanna, which is crazy. You know what? When I become friends with people, I don't interview them. I end up just being their friend or being friendly. Now, that's not the case here because she did tell me she's going to come and do the show, and Rocky did say he was coming to do the Jason Lee show. So we had that conversation, and he was he wanted to make sure that I knew he was serious. He took off his glasses and said, look at me. I'm not telling you that. I'm going to come on the show. So I can't wait to see that interview. It's going to be the best interview he ever did because it's with me. When you talk to somebody that you know and you can really pull out the best of them, I cannot wait to see it because Rocky is a phenomenal human being. I know I always gush over her and talk about how much I love her, but I love him equally as much. I just don't talk about him in that way because I don't want y'all starting no rumors online. Last time I did that about Blueface, you know. But anyway, she did hint at baby number 3, and she did tell me when she wants to have baby number 3, but I'm not going to tell you. She's enjoying the time away right now, the time. And I will say this. Let this girl live out her life. Every time she goes online, they want new music, which I understand because I wanted to. We want to tour. But you build almost a multi-billion-dollar company. You have 2 babies. You're only, what, is she 30 years old?
She's like 30.
35?
A little older.
No.
She is 35.
She's 35 years old because we talked about that.
30s.
She's 35 years old. She's worth $1.6 billion. She has a beautiful man. She has 2 beautiful children. I see a wedding coming at some point. Not that she's told me anything, but their energy and their love together, I see it coming. They act like best friends. You know, they're very supportive of one another. When they walked in the event, she walked up there and started posing for the cameras, and he stood by proudly watching her, and then they did their little sneaker thing together. I mean, culturally and fashion-wise, they're everything. They're disgustingly beautiful together, and they have 2 beautiful baby boys. And so I am so excited to just watch this love story unfold. And we spent a lot of time talking at the event, and I just think she's dope, man. And I'm grateful to be a friend of hers and her be a friend of mine. And I will say, you know, there will be no Rihanna disrespect tolerated over here. Do you think she'll stop at 3?
I hope not. I hope she has like an army of children, a navy of children.
Like 12, like Nick?
Maybe like 6.
No. Rihanna's too cool to drive a minivan. She ain't about to have a minivan.
But she gives me, like, if baby 3 is a boy, she gives it. She's going to have a 4th to get a girl. Because that's what my parents kept having kids till they had a boy. Because I'm girl, and then my brother.
But she's rich. They can make a girl. They can make 2 girls.
But I feel like
they can make 2 girls with blue eyes.
They can make it.
They can design.
But I feel like they're going to do it old school and just.
Yeah. Well, I mean, can you imagine baby Fenty? Baby Fenty. I promise you, I feel like a men's line is coming soon. Men's skincare is coming soon. Rocky, I don't know. Something. when I talk to them and I make this recommendation, they kind of look at me, and she knows I'm like a witch. I know things. Either that or she does what I tell her afterwards and she doesn't give me my percentage. Either way, I love Rihanna, and shout out to both of them. And we're here for it, but just don't have a baby right now. Let me get through my year of sobriety and decide if I want to drink again, because I want to have another drink with her. Drinking with her is fun. She's a fun girl. Okay, bye. Jeezy and Jeannie Mai's custody battle is getting intense. Now, let me show you a photo of them in happier times. This was the family with the baby. Oh, baby's so cute. Jeezy was looking like he was saying, girl, I'm out of here. Well, anyway, as Jeezy and Jeannie Mai's battle, as they battle it out in divorce court, things continue to get sticky when it comes to custody over their 1-year-old daughter, Monaco. Now, after shocking the world after filing the divorce in September, Jeezy later claimed that his wife of 2 years started gatekeeping their daughter from him. However, Jeannie is saying that that's not the case and that it's really all about their child's safety. Now, in court documents, Jeannie said that she's been allowing Jeezy time with her daughter and has even granted him extended time due to the holidays. Now, her lawyer also said this. Take a look. Jeannie's attorney writes, "It is essential to clarify that Ms. Jenkins's insistence on reasonable safety measures being put in place, such as safely securing and locking away all firearms that have been unsecured in the past, as well as having familiarity and properly trained caregivers, is also absolutely not gatekeeping, but rather a responsible effort to prioritize their daughter's well-being." Her legal team added, "These requests are grounded in Ms. Jenkins's genuine concern for the party's daughter, safety and security, especially when under the care of others and traveling across the country, and are reasonable protective measures, not an attempt to restrict Mr. Jenkins's access to their daughter." Now, in addition into their custody battle, Jeezy and Jeannie are also feuding over their prenup agreement. Now, Jeannie's claiming Jeezy violated by allegedly cheating on her. And Jeezy denies infidelity and is trying to enforce the agreement with the court. Now, the prenup reportedly states that each party keep their own money in the case of a divorce. And I would say after 2 years, they weren't married long enough for her to get any more money. And as long as he's still there for his child, I don't even think he should pay child support. What do you think?
I don't think so either. I love Jeezy, but I feel like in all these situations, I'm always gonna be team baby. So whatever's best for Monaco, the baby, that's what I'm rooting for.
Well, let's be clear. Jeezy he filed for divorce. He didn't go on a campaign saying any details. It's been Jeannie that's been slowly rolling out the tea, right?
And insider
Boy, you gotta hurry up,
sources tell me that when she did her recent interview with J Hud, she was asking like, can you ask me questions? Like she wanted to get the question because she wanted to pop her shit.
Well, when you're going through divorce and you're going through a custody battle, you want to be able to pressure the other side to fold, or you want to create so much pressure from the public that it makes a person say, look, let's just end it already. I think Jeezy's handled it with respect. I don't think that he owes her anything else. I think that Jeannie is smart, and she's hosting the thing with Ryan Seacrest for New Year's, or she hosted because by then this will have aired. So she has, she's working. Move on. You want your dark meat on the side. Now it's a side for somebody else. It's not for you anymore. You got to let it go. And Jeezy, when he comes here to do his interview, because he told me he's coming, don't think I'm going to be easy on the questions, because I want to know. The snowman, it's going to be a real cold day for her. God bless you all. Bye. Christian Keys is calling out harassment. And we don't know exactly who he's talking to, but the internet has seemed to figure it out, or at least they think they know. Allegedly knows who it is. Now, All the Queen's Men actor Christian Keys recently shared a 62-minute long Instagram Live and revealed that he's been sexually harassed by a powerful man in Hollywood. I'm not going to show you the whole 62 minutes because, baby, we ain't got enough time. But look at what he said.
Thankfully, God built me the way that he built me, but I'm not sure, based on this person's claims and brags, that he's literally got, at the same time this person was sexually harassing me for years. he was claiming, that he had multiple young black men on the payroll, and they just had to show up when he requested them to be there. And clearly that's why it felt to him that it was okay to say these things. And I want to have these discussions. I want to be transparent with y'all about that. I've done my best to forgive this person, but it happens. It happens. It's not just women that have to deal with it, but it's also men sometimes. And it'll be men tempting men. And that's why a lot of my posts over the last few years have been about taking the scenic route, taking the long way around, because if that means that you can carry your integrity with you. Oh yeah, such and such is amazing, and he does this and he does that. Yeah, but he also does this and that. At some point soon, it's gonna have to come out. I've kept one of these on me since 2005. Whether it's a keychain recorder or a pen, because most predators would check your phone. And once the sexual harassment started, I was like, well, I got to protect me, because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys that they have on the payroll, all of the above. And the difference is, the wonderful thing about confidentiality agreements and non-disclosure agreements is that they can't prevent you from turning all of those things over to the police, because sexual harassment is a crime. Attempted sexual assault is a felony. And Tams, you literally just asked, why do we as black people have to deal with that? But sometimes it's our own people. Sometimes it's our own heroes.
After Christian's viral video went all over the web, several celebrities rushed to his side, including Claudia Jordan, friend to the show. This is what Claudia said. You shared a piece of this with me when we first met, maybe about 15 years ago, and said one day you would come forward, and you did. And Christian Keys, I'm so proud of you. Do not beat yourself up for waiting. It's hard, especially as a man. I know it's scary and embarrassing in uncharted territory, but you did it. I will stand with you on this as your friend, because I know it's true, because this is the same vibe and tone and story you shared from 2008, I believe. Congratulations to you for not going along to get along and being able to look at yourself in the mirror as you shave in the morning. Other men and women will be saved and feel heard because of your bravery. Love you, friend. Now, it's interesting to say Claudia and Christian did go on a date before. They were trying, they didn't smash, but they were talking or whatever. And they've been friends for a long time. I looked at my phone. I have Christian's number, and I've not texted him yet because I've been trying to watch this play out. And I don't know Christian to be a clout chaser or be messy. In fact, I've never known him to be messy. And if you go back and check my Twitter, I actually said that. And so I commended him for coming out with this story when he did. More people went on to support. Tammy Roman also showed support, and this is what she said. Christian, I've been around you several times, and you are such a light who walks with integrity and peace. I'm sorry you've experienced this, but I commend your bravery. In this instance, your bravery is selfless and will protect so many who could go through this after you. You are the person with the strength and protection from God to handle this journey. That's why, as you stated, it's a difficult decision. It's been heavy on you, but you feel overwhelmingly compelled to speak on it. That's God saying it's time and to step out for he will be with you. Just know when there's a Goliath in front of you, there's a David inside of you. My prayers are with you as you heal from this trauma. Meanwhile, the whole internet began speculating about who the powerful man in Hollywood could be. Immediately, all fingers started pointing towards Tyler Perry. Now, Tyler has been in Christian's life for many years. Remember, Christian was a star in Medea's plays. He's been in a lot of Tyler Perry movies and shows. And people were saying that because he appeared in several of Tyler's films and shows from The Black Billionaire, that Christian must be talking about him. But later, Christian liked a tweet from someone saying that they didn't believe it was Tyler. Now, this is a photo of the tweet that he liked, and this had us all confused. Watching Christian Keys can tell he is clearly a victim, only $3,000 to his name and violated by a gay billionaire. And no, I don't believe it was Tyler Perry. I wish Christian would have taken action. That man will still have his money and good name, and Christian remain broken. Well, Christian liked that post, so now people are saying that it's not him. Being that Christian had named his alleged abuser, Bobby Lytes chimed in and called him a clout chaser. This is what Bobby said. Christian Keys is a clout chasing beast. Boy, you either gonna say the name or not. At this point, you think it's a game, and it's so clear you're loving the high you're on right now. Sit your ass down somewhere. We all know you're one of the girls anyway. Jesus. It's giving somebody need money and they blackmailing allegedly.
Allegedly.
What do you think?
It's a lot going on. Bobby has no chill, but I feel like it's hard to even say that somebody did something to you, and to name drop is wild. So I don't blame him for not
doing it. If it happened to me, I would say it.
I know.
I wrote an entire book dropping names. Like, I don't know why. What's the fear? Is it the fear because he's never going to work again?
I don't know.
Is it the fear because he's on a Tyler Perry show right now? Because All the King's Men, isn't that a Tyler Perry show?
I believe so.
Can you Google that really quick so we get the facts right? Well, clapping back at critics, Christian told Instagram that it's been difficult for him to speak up, being that he's experienced a traumatic and abusive childhood. He even shared an older clip interview for fans who just needed to understand more. Take a look.
I can speak on the first adoption. Mrs. Keys was incredibly abusive. I mean, bat, hammer, broomstick, saucepan, bottle. When the belt when it wasn't as effective as she wanted, when it didn't make us scream loud enough, she would hold the leather side and beat us with the belt buckle. It gets worse, but it was that kind of environment between 8 and 12. So by 9, I started running away. By 10, I was pretty good. By 11, I was a professional runaway. I could stay on the streets for a week or two at a time. I knew how to sleep behind the bleachers in the middle school, how to sneak in and bum a bite of a friend's lunch in the cafeteria, or go through the garbage and see what they didn't eat, hit the garbage at McDonald's to eat, or steal from Farmer Jack's or Kmart. I got good at that too, unfortunately, but I had to eat. So that's what kind of, she adopted me when I was 6, and then, but the rough years, the beating started at 8, and I just kept running away, and finally they believed me. Child Protective Services, man, they dropped the ball probably a dozen times. Neighbors complained, because she would have, as a punishment, she made me walk down the street naked in the rain at 9 years old to ask a neighbor for a magazine, a Watchtower and a Wake, ask another Jehovah's Witness family. And like the things that this does to a kid, you know what I mean? Like, it took a couple decades to build my self-esteem back up and to heal from all of that. It was heavy and painful. But I was so happy to get out of there. They finally believed me. We're pressing charges, and we're at the courthouse, and she says, if you drop the charges, I will relinquish my adoption rights, and you'll never have to see me again. And I said, shit, where do I sign? And so that was it. But the other side of that is that she kept my brother with her, my blood brother. And he had been through most of the foster homes with me. But not all of them, but most of them. And he had been adopted with me. So we were split for like 10, 11 years. I didn't see him again till, I don't know, I was 22, 23. So, but cut back to the second adoption. You know, it was wonderful. The family taught me love, taught me how to be a man, taught me responsibility. I had an extensive chore list, which I didn't mind because I was with a family who wanted me there. So it was amazing. I was happy to cut the grass, rake the leaves, take the trash out, wash the dishes. I was like,
Is it All the King's Men is Tyler Perry?
Sure is.
Some were speculating it was billionaire Robert Smith, which that doesn't make any sense to me because I don't even see the connection between the two, nor do I see them to have it had any business. I did tweet that I knew who it was, and I'm not going to say who it was, even though a lot of you have been calling me because I want him to say it. I don't think it's fair that you throw out an allegation like this and get the whole world speculating and then not to say anything. Now, I will say now people are saying it was Diddy, then they were saying it was Robert Smith, then they said it was Tyler Perry. And I do feel like when you throw out stuff like this, I can understand how traumatizing it is and you just wanting to get it out. And none of us know what made you say this now. Like, what made you say it now?
That's what I want to know. Because that's why I feel like Cassie, people were even asking, like, why did Cassie say it then?
See, but Cassie, allegedly, they said she has been trying to get money out of him for a while to feel compensated for the abuse that she went through. And because she couldn't get it before, she pressed the gas and, she got her bag and ran. With this one, we don't know because we haven't seen anything else.
But do you think it's given, like, payout?
I think the silence and him not dropping the name is because a check has either been cut or being cut.
There you go.
I don't know, but, if somebody harass you to the point to where you have all this trauma, does a check make it go away? Or does it just make the trauma feel a little easier? I don't know. I can't wait to see. But Christian, I will say, you had everybody's attention, but now the conversation, the narrative is turning. And it's not turning the better for you. So I don't know that you can just go away now and not tell people. People are going to really think you did all this for clout. And I don't know you to be that person. Okay, that's it. Put it back up. Let me say one more thing. If you are somebody who's been abused by a man or a woman, you've been taken advantage of, you have the right to speak up and the responsibility. But I do think you need to put a name on it and allow that accountability of putting that name on it to come to fruition. If you put a name on it and you can prove it, then you need to be made whole. If you put a name on it and you can't be proven, you need to be sued and you need to be locked up. Because we do live in a world where people are losing everything because of allegations that can't be substantiated. Now, Tyler was somewhere living Tyler's best life, walking around that big old Tyler Perry studio to only be drugged into being a power bottom for the Christian. Y'all handing out power bottoms today like Christmas candy or Halloween candy. Bye. Tommy was recently on the Jason Lee show. Now, let me say, Tommy is now a friend to the show. And this face is exactly how everybody was looking at the comments when she went live. The interview has almost 400,000 views in one day on YouTube, so you can go over there and check it out. Well, anyway, she was here on the Jason Lee show. Not here, this is the podcast. She was on my show. And I did an interview with her that went viral. And now she's been making headlines for all types of things. There was the stuff about Natalie and her husband allegedly hooking up with men. Allegedly. There was the stuff with Tamar and her getting her butt eaten. Well, that's not why she went viral. She went viral because a man named Frederick Hines got online and alleged that he was drugged by somebody on Tommy's production team while auditioning for her new show, Who's Next. Now, on my show, she talked about doing the auditions, and the auditions happened. And baby, just like any other production, there was drama. Take a look at what Frederick said.
Okay, so Tommy from Love and Hip Hop had like a little Who's Next audition casting, right? And I feel like somebody put something inside those drinks or those shots last night, because thank God I was able to get away and call my sister for her to pick me up and stuff. And I'm not blaming Tommy or anything, because the whole time Tommy was sitting down. But somebody inside her team, I feel like, was trying to drug. I don't know. I just know I had one drink last night that was this fucking small from her production team and start fucking losing my mind, and I needed my sister to come pick me up. So if anybody was there last night, because I really didn't know really anybody like that, you feel me? A lot of people didn't know each other, but if you guys come across this video, hit me up, because I'm just trying to see something, because I know other people start feeling weird too, like they're finna faint and pass out, and we just all thought it was because it was hot.
Well, Frederick also DM'd Tommy about it, and she denied anyone trying to harm him, and he posted the DMs. This is what happened. He said, I think somebody tried to drug me at your auditions last night. After those shots, I started feeling weird. I don't know. And she said, nobody tried to drug you. If you took what they offered, you love, sis, you see me taking anything from anyone, we're grown. Know what you're taking. I didn't know anyone there outside of my team, and none of us would never. It was a dry set for a reason. But learn from this in the future. Stop taking any and everything you're offered. It could cost you your life. Glad you're okay. He then sent those DMs to Hollywood Unlocked, and we posted it. And yeah, and I mean, Tommy then reacted to me, and come to find out, somebody else that was there that wasn't a part of her production, I'll say allegedly because I wasn't there, had mushrooms and alcohol, and people were mixing them and passing drinks around. Tommy went to her Instagram story and she said that people need to take accountability. This is what she said. As an adult, you have to take accountability for things that you could have avoided. Stop looking for someone to place blame on and start with yourself. We're human. Shit happens. Own up. I've been there and I've been through things in life, so no one can play me into taking anything I don't want or know what it is. It's way too much going on out here to be playing around. I'm gifted things all the time, so I indulge in everything I'm offered. Hell no. Tommy continued to clear her name by sharing a video or two videos from women denying the claims that Frederick made. Take a look.
And it's crazy because everybody wants to blame Tommy for somebody in production, this, that, and the third. But if we're being technical, the nigga who was passing out those drinks auditioned too. He was trying to get his product out there. He was not production. He was never a part of the production team. So all of that shit y'all was drinking and taking were samples. The only thing that production from Tommy's team ever passed out was Patron and water, and they went and bought that shit. So I'm trying to figure out how the blame is being put on somebody else, and then the nigga made a video and said...
Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second now. Let me tell y'all something. You can ask any girl that was there. I said, do you want mushrooms or liquor? And then other girls start trading drinks with other girls, and that ain't got nothing to do with me, so fuck y'all.
But y'all mother...
Okay, y'all, I don't know what's really going on, but I see a lot of shit is going on about Tommy. I guess everybody's being drugged, or we were drugged at her auditions. Nobody was drugged at her auditions. There weren't drugs involved at all. No type of PCP and all that. It was none of that being involved. Tommy stayed in one seat the whole time at her auditions. She did not get up not once. The only time she got up was to get on stage, and that was to talk and let us know how she wanted us to do these auditions. Other than that, y'all need to stop playing on my girl Top, because she was being very respectful. She never drugged anybody. I was there. I was really a person there. I auditioned and I got my ticket. So I just want to get on here and really have her back, because nobody was drugged. And yes, drinks were being passed out, but they also said what the drinks were. And even I had a drink, and it was a shot of tequila. Nothing more, nothing less. So please stop with the false allegations. And before you...
Now, after all that drama, Tommy went on to apologize again to anybody who's been harmed. And she made it clear that no one on her team was responsible, and that it was one of the contestants that tried to promote some of their products. Look.
First of all, I just want to say deepest sympathetic apology to whoever was affected at my event. Like, I learned of it when I was leaving. Actually, I did give the okay to give everyone a congratulatory like shot at the end from a liquor store that they went and purchased. But it was never okay to take and give out your items. Like, I was giving edibles, weed, all type of things. Like, you know, they brands. That's what it was about. It wasn't a fighting. It's not a fighting show. It's not a, you know, it's not one of them. It was just like to showcase, you know, your talent and just give you a bigger platform to go ahead and do that. Like I said, it was like chefs, hairstylists, artists, anything, whatever your talent was. I sat in the same spot the entire night,
same spot. If I wasn't giving out a hug or like getting on stage to coach, like what was going on, to come in there inebriated or drunk, that wasn't what I wanted, because I ultimately know like that's gonna take things somewhere else. So basically, right before we got ready to leave, I was like, oh, it's okay, get him a shot. Y'all did so good. Like, it was nothing but good, positive energy. And then when I was on the way home, I got a phone call saying, hey, and it was someone I knew. Like, it was someone that they brought. It was like, oh, they slipped her something or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, what? So me getting down to the bottom of who it was that same night, I posted the guy when we found out who it was, but he was also a cast, like, I mean, he wasn't a cast, but he was also a runner-up. Basically, he was trying to promote his brand or whatever. So he got up there and did his thing, and he took it upon himself to offer whatever. Never was that like what we wanted or anything like that. He's not a member of my staff. He's not any of that. So basically, that's what really happened, and I really kind of wish everybody would have used their head on this one and just, didn't accept it. Like, didn't accept it at all. But shit happens. Shit happens. That's what happened. But I did get irritated when it started angling towards, oh yeah, Tommy's people and Tommy, and like, no, we had nothing to do with that. That's not what it was about at all. And like I said, I'm glad everybody's safe, everybody's alive, and everybody's cool enough to talk about this. But I hope y'all did what y'all was supposed to do the night that it happened, because within the same hour, I recall me going live, and I recall me making the same statement, this apologetic statement to everybody that was involved or whatever happened. If they didn't know, if they did know, however, that wasn't supposed to go on at all. Am I placing the blame or pointing fingers at anybody? No. Even though I should be at the person who gave that out, because it's not normal to pass out drugs during a casting call. It's not normal. If that's what you into and that's your, but it's still like kind of illegal. I've never took shrooms. I left there and I was fine because I don't take shrooms. I don't smoke weed. I don't eat edibles.
Too much. And this is why I will say to everybody who wants to be famous, I never go to, first of all, I don't audition. I did one audition in my whole career, and I didn't like the feeling of it, and I said I will never audition again. I don't like being in a room with a bunch of people who are all fighting for the same opportunity. When I create every opportunity, I'm not doing it. I'm a boss, period. What I will say, though, is that everybody does want to be famous, and you get in these rooms of these shows, and you're beating each other up for Zeus Network. You're drinking whatever you can drink at Tommy's show, and shit happens. I don't go to clubs, and even though I'm sober now, when I was drinking, if I go to a club, my security is not only watching me and everybody around me, they're watching what I'm drinking, they're watching who's coming in my section, they're watching who's touching my drinks. We only let the bottle girls pour our alcohol. I don't allow people to take a drink of mine and hold it for me. I don't go to the bathroom and say, hold my drink. If I put a drink down, I get a new drink. That's just always been a rule. Even when I'm intoxicated, I make sure that I don't allow myself or anybody allow me to take a drink that's been unmanaged. Because what happens? And I've, back in the day, have eaten edible food, not knowing that it was THC laced, because they didn't tell me. I went to a video shoot once for Wiz Khalifa, and they were handing out popcorn. And I hadn't eaten all day, so I eat 2 bags of popcorn. It's all laced in THC. I literally thought I was dying. So I understand what he's going through, but I needed to know what I was eating, even though nobody told me what I was eating. I was just eating stuff on a set I'd never been at, or in a studio I'd never been at. So I don't think Tommy's to blame for this. I think it's unfortunate it happened. Thankfully, nobody was seriously hurt, but yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't blame Wiz, so why are they blaming Tommy?
Yeah, I don't blame him. He was in the studio and I was eating the popcorn. And my fat ass ate that popcorn and thought I was dying. So I don't know. Congratulations to Tommy and her team for the auditions. I don't know what came as a result of that. She dropped her new network. You can go watch the Jason Lee show to find out more information on that. And if you want to stream it, you can. But what'd you think of the Tommy interview?
I loved it. I feel like people got to see a different side of Tommy and her history, and like with her family and stuff. I feel like a lot of people don't know that. I'm happy for Tommy. She got to clear stuff, and she was the funniest in Smash or Pass.
Speaking of Smash or Pass, she said some stuff about Jeremy Meeks that caught everybody on set off guard. You know, I'm from Stockton, where Jeremy's from, and I interviewed him on live today. And we talked about this that Tommy said about him on the show. Look. So what happened when you and Jeremy were in the hotel room together?
I had asked him about the scene when he was in there, cause they put his dick, like he was standing in a window, and I had asked him about the scene. I was like, so that was real? And he was like, they put a sock on me. And that kind of like.
You've never seen his penis? It's on the line.
I felt it that night because after he said that, like we had just been talking and I had felt it. Wait, where's penis on?
You've never seen his penis?
No.
Hold on, wait. Sit in your chair. I'm gonna.
What?
Hold on.
Like, so that's how we had like kicked it off. We was at the premiere. And, I just like him because he like me. Like he's a, you know what I'm saying? He been through the life and now look how he changed his whole life. Like I love that for him. He got the sexiest eyes and I hope he could fuck good with all them tattoos and shit like that. You probably baptized me, nigga. Hello?
Okay, I'm gonna show it to you. Ready?
Oh, no. That's like one.
All right. Okay, this is the last one.
Jerry, where the fuck you at, man? Let me get up out of here.
It was her trying to swallow your phone for me.
It was him and I talking offline about it today, and him coming on the Jason Lee show soon. So we'll be having Jeremy Meeks, aka Jail Bay, here, so we can get into all things, including, you know, the thing in his pants that she allegedly grabbed. That's what she said. Bye. Akbar. She's in the news. You know, Akbar, rapper Rihanna. First of all, this is a pretty photo of Akbar. Akbar is in the news, and she's going viral because she revealed that her daughter Dora is in the hospital fighting for her life. Now, I was getting a massage the other night and wasn't looking at social media when the team posted a video of her in a very emotional state talking about what was going on with her daughter. And anytime there's anything to do with kids here at Hollywood Unlocked and the Jason Lee Show, Jason Lee Podcast, it is a very touching thing because we don't play about nobody's kids. Take a look.
Can I tell y'all something? For people that saying karma, it ain't my karma. It ain't her karma. My kid, she's a good kid. She's smart. She's funny. What I spoke on, it was about a relationship, man and woman. It wasn't about what this is about. My baby fight for her life. Kingdom coming to y'all, sir. And she's not like me. She's a good kid. She's humble. She's genuine. To keep that to y'allself, because y'all don't know what made me say the certain things that I say. And it was me even saying really too much, nothing negative. I was making fun and joking and talking smack. So if a man would have left me, then y'all could say that's my karma because of what I said. But not with my daughter. Like, don't say that. Because my baby innocent. She don't get into this. She is a kid. Nothing like me. She's a humble kid. She's so soft and gentle. I don't know why God be putting me through these type of trials. Because I don't be ready for this type of stuff. Just pray. And I wouldn't even be on here asking y'all to pray if I had my pastor with me. Because my pastor would have left my side. She would have been right here with me. But my baby, don't do that to me, y'all. Don't do that. If it was about a relationship, then y'all can say that's my karma. But don't put my baby in there. Don't do that. Because my baby, she innocent. And she's a good person. She nothing like me. She don't like confusion. She's so gentle. Like, she the kid that she a peacemaker. So don't do that. Okay? That's all I ask. Just pray.
First, let me start by saying we don't know what was going on in her daughter's life, but we, you know, send our prayers to her and her family because clearly it was something that was very emotional, something that was very serious. And, you know, I'm particularly disgusted when people use people's kids in an argument for any reason. Like it's just what they look like, what they're going through. We've defended Dwayne Wade and his daughter. I'll defend Akbar and her daughter. Anytime a person's child is going through stuff, I mean, it's just a very sensitive thing. Now, I understand people were upset because earlier in the week, Akbar had jumped into the Cardi B Offset relationship stuff and had a lot to say. So after this plea, she received a lot of mixed reactions, and people thought that the situation was unfortunate. People felt like she was shady recently in trying to shade Cardi B. Now, this was a video of what Akbar had said earlier in the week before that video about Cardi. Take a look.
Bitch, you better stand the fuck up, Cardi B. You better stand up in the motherfucker red. These is bloody shoes. You better stand up in the bloody shoes, bitch. Oh, yeah. And I ain't forgot about that shit that you dissed me on that lotto record. So when I posted that Smoke It Out, I said, oh, my body put 4 holes in her like a brand new Audi. Only time she talking tough is when she geeked up off the Molly. Yeah, I ain't forgot about y'all hoe with that sneak dissing. Yeah, bitch, that Smoke It Out. Yeah. Now you finna cry it out. You better go cry that shit right on now. Get you a pillow, bitch. Make sure it's warm and comfortable. Yeah, because you finna go through some more trials and tribulations, bitch. God ain't done with y'all hoe. And you the type of bitch you always try to throw your rocks and hide your hands. Bitch, I ain't saying nothing wrong. I told the truth and told the truth. Yeah, bitch. And I didn't put no cop. Ain't no cops involved in nothing. I don't go to the police on no bitches or no niggas. Like, Nope. You was calling around Atlanta. Yeah, you don't think I know y'all call Little Peaches? Yeah, you don't think, yeah, Little Peaches in it too. Yeah, you don't remember, yeah, Little Peaches? When you the orchestrator. Yeah. Little Peaches. Your sister, Mr. Set. Yeah. Everything get back to me, baby. Don't think this shit again.
So people were feeling like, that was karma. Now, I personally, Jason Lee, and I don't control what everybody says. I don't think it's fair to put her kids in it, but I understood people's connection and people not waiting to take a jab at Akbar. Now, before that, Akbar previously made fun of her former friend Alexis Sky's disabled daughter, calling her brain dead. If you forgot about that, this is what she said about her.
That bitch is going missing for a fucking month. Bitch, you got a brain dead baby. Your baby ain't got a fucking brain. Bitch, you got a retarded child. And you mentioning my children. Like, there's no disrespect to Lele. Like, but you got a fucking retarded kid. A special need kid. And you right here talking about somebody's children. Take care of your kids, bitch. You was sleeping on my sofa, homeless. Bitch, stop playing with me while you was pregnant. You was in Miami on a boat, snow paddle, while you was pregnant. Now y'all hoes want to make it seem like I'm the fucking bad guy. When I start airing bitches out. Your daughter is retarded because of you. Tell the truth. You had cocaine in your system. Tell the truth. And then when I take it to this next level, everybody want to say, Akbar, you wrong. But was I wrong when bitches was mentioning my children?
It's almost contradictory to ask for people to have support and love and understanding for you and to not play with you when you did that to her. Now, Alexis, as you know, has talked a lot very publicly about a lot of growth. And she didn't let that stop her from being the bigger person. On the post that we put up on Hollywood Unlocked of Akbar asking for people to be fair to her, this is what Alexis Sky said in the comments. She said, sending prayers, I'm always here for you, sis, if you need me. And that I thought was so amazing to see a woman be there in a time of need for another woman and being big enough to forgive somebody for saying such nasty things. Now, Akbar's own husband, Bean, even called her out. And this is what he said. Dora is not fighting for her life. She can walk on her own, talk on her own. She's able to hear and see. To those that has her in your prayers, please continue to do so. Thanks. It's appreciated. Don't know Bean, but thank you for that update. I missed that. I didn't see that, but it's, that's him giving an update on his child and in a very respectful way, asking for, love and prayers. Now, Akbar attacked me. And now, mind you, I'm getting a massage. I don't even know what's going on. The team posted a video. Mm-hmm. She posted something on her Instagram story. This is what she said. She said, at the only Jason Lee in Hollywood Unlocked, I'm going to tell you one time, if your bitch ass don't take me off your page, I'm going to show you. You don't even be posting me. Now you want to post me. Stop playing with me. Crying over a man and crying over a child is different. You being funny now. Out of all the things you can post, you want to play with my kid. If a man would have left me, then that would have been my karma. If I spoke about her kids and this happened, then you can say it's karma. But I don't speak on or touch kids. You never post my music, my accomplishments or nothing. You only post this to be funny. But I said what I said, you dirty pussy bitch. So I called Akbar and I got on the phone with her and I told Akbar to her face with that, I don't have anything against you. In her mind, she thinks that because I'm friends with Cardi, that our platform hates her. And this is something that I say a lot of people feel like if they don't have a relationship with Cardi. Whereas Hollywood Unlocked and what they do over there is not driven all the time by me. And I know that it's it's the fancy thing to post the blogs. And she went on and on to say, remember, she's going to do this and that. We talked on the phone and I explained this to her and she was very emotional. So I was very patient with her because I understand when your kid is going through something, even though you've been nasty to other people's kids, been nasty to other women, it doesn't hurt you until you feel it yourself. You don't really understand how to have that empathy until you need it yourself. And so I felt in that moment, I felt sorry for you, Akbar, which is why I talked to her for a long time about it. And then she kept demanding I take it off and interrupted me. And finally I told her, like, you don't get to call me up and tell me what to do. You don't get to demand anything. And anybody making any threats, you all know that you'll be right there in that Fulton County jail next to the YSL leader because they handing out Ricos like Halloween candy. And baby, I have no problem doing it. And on top of that, there's so many other things that I had to remind Akbar that she's done on the internet that we have actually not put on the internet because it would have resulted in people going to prison. And you know what that is. And honestly, again, y'all say I threatened Beyonce when I said this. Don't play around because when I post it and go there, there's no running from it. And everybody wants to be a rapper and be a gangster. Pick a lane. But I will say, while I don't believe what you said about Cardi is karma that you deserve as it plays out in the life of your child, because that's fucked up for people to say. When you create energy and when you put out this type of toxicity, Akbar, don't be mad when it comes back to you. You know when your Instagram got taken down, who got it back for you? Me. You forgot that. So when you talk about how we didn't like you, your little pathetic little Instagram would have been gone if it wasn't for me. Now nobody knew that because I don't have to tell people that I helped you get your Instagram back. But I helped you get your Instagram back. And I've continuously had my team help your team when you've had issues with your Instagram. But if you're going to use it to attack people, when you lose that thing again, don't call me. And the other thing I will tell you too is that if you use my number for the sake of trying to tell me what to and not do, and this is not just Akbar, this is anybody. We do what we want to do at Hollywood Unlocked. We follow the rules of the law and we follow the rules of what I think is the moral compass. Sometimes it's a little too much for you to deal with, but it is what it is. I didn't take the post down because I was going to take it down. But what I told her was after what you said online, we need to have an amicable resolution. And she hung up. So therefore it stayed up. And it is what it is. And our post, to be very clear, and this is going out to you and to the baby's father, Bean, it was never with an intention to attack you personally. My team posted that because that's where you went to the internet to talk about it. And the conversation you created was one where people had an opinion about what you were doing. If you look in the comments, a lot of them were supportive to your message, but a lot of people were trolling you for what you had done to Cardi that day. Be mindful of what you wish on other people, though, because I will tell you, it may not manifest the way that you wanted to in terms of that karma, because I do believe what you put out is what you get. Now, Akbar responded, calling her husband's post being clout chaser and demanding a divorce. This is a photo of the husband, the text to her husband. Nobody here with my kid 24/7 talking to doctors but me. But this just the op shit he do. God said it was one more. Got to go is you, Snake. Now you and the rest of the hating bitches and niggas can sit in a circle on somebody else's couch and talk crazy about me and watch me still prosper. I married a cloud chaser. Now that's my karma. I want a divorce. Now, before Akbar disabled her Instagram page, she went and commented under Hollywood Unlocked's post, mad that we posted her child. And this is what she said. Hey, you bitch ass nigga, take me off your page. You being funny, Jason Lee. You don't even post me. Stop playing with me. Here's the deal. At the end of the day, we're not a publicity firm. We don't catch everything anybody does. She did say we don't post her music. We don't post her films. You have to pay for that. Everybody whose music and films we post, they pay for that. What do you make of this whole situation?
I don't even know she had music and films, so there's that. But something that I really took away from the Vlad interview was he said, if you post your children, it's up for you. Like, it's up for the internet and people to pick it up and do something with it. If she didn't want Hollywood Unlocked to post anything, she shouldn't have went live. Because then it becomes fair game. It's public.
Yeah. For 2024, I am going to start turning up on social media more. I am going to start tweeting more. I'm going to start posting on my Instagram more. I'm going to start giving you my daily opinions on things because I've earned the stage to do it. Mm-hmm. I typically try to wait until I have hair and makeup because I just look so much damn cuter when I do it. But, why not just go live and say what I think and feel? Why not? I'm going to start doing that more in 2024. I'm going to give the internet a rest for 10 days because between this, by the way, this is a beautiful photo. but such an ugly attitude. Akbar, I'm telling you right now, your life is going to end tragically in terms of not reaching certain goals and heights and accomplishments and things if you continue to behave that way. The things you said about Cardi and her husband were just nasty. And you did that because Nicki Minaj dropped her album and you want to, hang on her pussy like everybody else. It's just embarrassing. Be your own woman. You lost all that weight. Now lose the dead weight of that fucked up attitude you got. Okay? And be much better when you call people on their phone. Don't think that everybody's going to be afraid of people you're going to call. That's called racketeering. You fuck around and end up in prison. And you're going to be talking about crying because you got to visit your baby through a plexiglass. Now, I told that to another rapper who called with the bullshit. And I'm telling you, everybody not going to play these games with y'all. I'm not a gangster. I don't play in the streets. I play in the courts. And yes, I will call 911. Anyway, praying for you and your kid. And Bean, hopefully you guys are able to move forward and prosper. You know that's Candy's cousin, right?
I found that out through the Tommy interview.
Well, bye. It's time for thoughts and prayers. We're all familiar with the phrase, what goes around comes around, but when people do their dirt, karma appears to be the last thing on their mind. And one of the craziest things about karma is sometimes it doesn't come back and hit you. It hits the people that you love. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe it does hit you, but it happens so fast that you never even saw it coming. In Akbar's case, her daughter's condition, truly unfortunate. But the internet has not let her forget the things that she said about other people's children. Is that wrong? In some cases, people can live their whole lives and even change their lives around, but still receive bad karmatic energy. We've seen that with Tommy. She's on this new journey to peace and maturity, but is getting roped back into the drama involving the internet games and drugs again, and not the same Jeezy, the snowman drugs. Speaking of Jeezy, is the divorce Jeannie's karma for her black meat on the side comment? I'll let y'all decide that, but not like how y'all decided to attack Tyler Perry without having any evidence against him. Y'all are vicious. Although we want Christian Keys' alleged abuser to face this karma and criminal consequences, and we shouldn't attack and pressure Christian as he boldly and courageously shares his story because he deserves patience as much as he deserves justice. In fact, the only person we're losing patience with is Rihanna because that damn album ain't here and we know we want it. Okay? We're getting impatient and we know that she's ready for baby number 3, but the next big announcement better be about R9 and when that world tour is going to happen because we've been waiting patiently. Now, just kidding. I love you. We love you here. And whenever you're ready to drop, not a baby, another musical project, we'll be right here waiting. That's it for the Jason Lee Show, the Jason Lee Podcast. I forgot where we are. Either way, it's all things Jason Lee. Make sure you're following us everywhere that we are. Hollywood Unlocked, the Jason Lee Show, my personal Instagram, and download and subscribe to the podcast everywhere. Go over to YouTube. Check it out. Is there anything that we need to promote?
Just bigger and better things in 2024.
The last podcast of the year. Happy New Year. Peace.
The Jason Lee Podcast.